Ray, great to have you back on the show. Given the fact that you do have your hand in so many different aspects of consumer-facing businesses here in this country, what are you seeing so far during this holiday week, and how is it reflecting back on the health of the consumer?
Well, I'll start with our luxury shopping centers like the Highland Park Village and Phillips Place in Charlotte. You know, we're seeing sales through this year have been pretty good. They've compared to last year. The things that are really selling are rare items like watches and women's accessories and things like that. But sales were up pretty substantially through the year. Starting about 6 weeks ago, we did start to see sales start to plateau. But on the luxury sales side, it's been very, very positive.
Why do you think that plateau? Is it ahead of the holiday spending season? Is it because of inflation and maybe perhaps representing a pivot in terms of consumers' appetite to spend? How do you see it?
Well, I'm also, operator of about 60 restaurants throughout all kinds of price points. And we saw that same thing in our restaurants about 6 to 8 weeks ago. We saw customer counts starting to drop. It's interesting. Sales are still very, very strong, but we've all taken price 15 to 20% in the last couple of years. And so even though sales are very robust, customer counts have started to drift. And so I think overall, consumers are starting to get very leery of what the recession potentially coming up. And so much we're hearing in the press that people are, I think, pulling in the reins a little bit. So we've seen it in our shopping centers and in our restaurants. It's good sales, but not the robust one we were having up until about around the 1st of October.
You know, Ray, sometimes when you're on the show, I have flashbacks to the times you came on in the depths of COVID, where we wondered whether or not people would ever shop or go to a restaurant again. And we were hoping for large stimulus packages out of the government. There's been a lot of buyer's remorse about that, though, because of inflation. Do you regret any of those?
You mean from the consumer, from the PPP programs and things like that?
Yeah, any of that. Anything that was built fiscally to support the economy when we didn't know how this health crisis was going to end?
Well, I'll speak from the PPP side. You know, our firms employ several thousand people, and if the PPP program hadn't been put in place at the time, now this is in, I think it was March or April of 2020, to assemble your staff back after you let everyone go would have been an impossible task, because what the PPP did was really three things. It allowed us to pay rent, pay our utilities, and pay salaries. So even though people didn't do a lot of work during that time period, we were able to keep the band together. Otherwise, once they scattered to the wind, trying to put 30, 35 years of a company back together that dissipated literally overnight would have been an impossible task. If you take that through the entire economy, that would have been impossible to do. Now, fast forward to the money given out and things like that, I don't think that was a good idea. The PPP of keeping companies together, that was a good idea. And it's proven up through the economy, as you see from the small operator who had 5 or 6 employees got PPP money to people who had thousands of employees. It was the only way to have kept this economy stitched together from basically March of 2020 through July of 2020. After that point, the economy could take care of itself. That's when it got out of hand, and they continue to pump money in this economy. But remember, that money that went to us to pay salaries, that was a base salary that people were getting anyway. What happened later with the money coming out, that was just frivolous spending, in my opinion.